All right, coming up next, a matchup for the UFC flyweight division title. Well, it's got to feel good for this man to make this walk. He has chewed up and spit out all comers on his run to contention. Now he is the undisputed #1 contender, looking to become the new UFC flyweight champion. A lot of people think he has the skills to do just that. Tonight, though, his opportunity to prove it in front of a sold-out crowd tonight, that he is the best 125-pound fighter on the planet. All right, so here we go with this UFC flyweight championship fight, and there is the man out of the red corner, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion, making his way to the octagon. He's defended this belt before. This is not new territory for this young man who believes that the rest are just the rest. He believes he is the best at 125 pounds and looking to prove just that here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. Smolka is 1 year the elder. He will have a 3-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Yves Lavigne. This is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! Our rounds for the undisputed UFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 17 wins, 9 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting at a Kapolei, Hawaii, presenting the challenger, Luis de la Samurai Smolka. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 24 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Perez.
UFC belt on the line. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now. Go back to your corner. You ready?
All right, so the fight is underway. We will see how it plays out. It's a pick'em fight according to Las Vegas, and really hard to think of a weakness that we've seen on film from either guys in their UFC careers thus far.
I feel like both of these guys are the top of the food chain. They're the best of the best that we can put inside the octagon. They are so well-rounded. They have every skill, and that is going to be on display tonight in this key matchup. Big punch lands over the top. How's he going to follow this one?
single collar tie here. Well, straight right hand has been a good weapon for him. He misses with it there. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
Ooh, blocks the shot. Massive head kick. Oh, straight right. Oh, huge leg kick to that lead leg.
Oh, nice right hand.
Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active. Looks like he's trying to set up a takedown here. There's the attempt.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now we get back in range.
And both guys really throwing with authority.
Oh, nice right hand, John. There's no give on that leg kick.
Just missed with the left there.
Rotates the lock and throws it way through the air. What a massive takedown.
Making all these shots count. Oh, he's got him in a crucifix now, DC. All of that body weight on his opponent.
He's got all the weight on the upper body. His feet are free to do whatever. But the arm stuck between the legs. He is now going to start dropping hammer fists. He's going to start dropping elbows. This is one of the nastiest positions in all of fighting.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Now looking to do something with that left arm.
He's isolating the Kimura attack. Notice he'll pick up his left leg, step over the head. Once he gets him on his side, he'll start to apply pressure to try to get the finish.
Nicely done. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hit.
Or now he's looking for a Kimura attack. He's going to try to use that to sweep. The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure
And he's
that
out.
usually makes you tap.
Round 2 is next. All right, let's take a look back at some of the replays from that last round.
Unbelievable to see these high-level competitors get in each other's face, tuck their chin, bite down on the mouth guard, and just let it all hang out over the course of 5 minutes.
All right, so here we go with our next round, and there was a lot for him to like defensively in the previous round, almost as if he's 1 or 2 steps ahead of his opponent in terms of seeing the strike before it came his way.
He did a great job of moving his head as his opponent was attacking. But then when his opponent tried some string combinations together, it was his block defense that was really saving the day for him.
Smolka gets caught with that punch. He's treading water now. Got to find a way to move those feet. Just misses there with the left.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows. He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? Flush right hand is true. And they separate. Oh, these are some impactful knees he is throwing, and I guess until his opponent adjusts, might as well keep throwing them.
He's going to keep going to the well. Why would he change it? His opponent has not been able to figure out these knees.
Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Strong defense there to block the shot. Nice instincts. Well, he's really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive now here and starting to find himself in the pocket.
It's such a fast leg kick. Beautiful strike.
Oh, he's feeling it now. Nice combination there by Smolka. Oh, collar tie.
Oh, nice. Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
telegraphed that one at all. How about the transition to the ankle pick? Now we will see where he goes from here.
Got the ankle pick. Let's see how he advances from this position.
Oh, and there's another leg kick for good measure. So doing a really good job with that weapon here tonight. And if you're trying to slow your opponent down, mission accomplished so far.
When you can land that many leg kicks, you start to affect the movement. You start to affect the hand. Everything changes when you're blasting someone over and over and over with leg kicks. And you start to see the damage, not only in the legs, but in the facial expression of his opponent.
Lands a glancing right hand upstairs. Oh, vicious kick to the outside of that lead leg. You got to start checking these, man.
You got to check these kicks, or you're going to be limping around the octagon very short.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
All right, DC, here we go with our next round, and we'll see if he can pick up where he left off. High volume of strikes landed in the previous round.
High volume of strikes landed. He was able to be accurate, but also very, very active in his approach to the start of this fight.
Well, just as he did the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick. You take more of these leg kicks, you will not be able to be very active.
Back and forth we go. Smolka gets the tie clinch here. Well, we know knees to be some of the most destructive strikes in MMA, and he's got that part of his game going tonight.
He has got the knees going. He's throwing them in punches with that beautiful takedown. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee, what a right hand by this young man. Oh, yeah, right hand. Oh, watch guillotine here. He's attacking guillotine.
Oh, nice work from the bottom. Tags him with the punch. All right, well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Now maybe trying to get to a choke position here, DC. Smolka's got his back now. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound. Now he's okay. Now he can escape. Oh, he passes to half guard now. And he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt.
All right, has the guard closed here. Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Smolka. Oh, huge hammer fist landing now.
It's over. You can't take these punches. You gotta move. You gotta escape, or he's gonna finish the fight.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body. Really starting to pile up these body shots here in the latter stages of this fight. You didn't see a lot of that in the earlier rounds, making up for lost time here.
I mean, he's cutting down the size with these beautiful leg kicks.
Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue.
That's a great punch. Does a lot of damage. You can hit him in the body that clean.
And both fighters exchange in the pocket. Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. All right, now we take a look back at some of the highlights. He has had his kicking game going early and often tonight.
I mean, on point, right? He knew that this was going to be a way for him to take control of this fight. He's used those kicks to really put him out ahead. And I'm not sure if his opponent has the ability to adjust and stop him from landing these over and over.
All right, here we go, fourth round of a possible 5. And this is the time where fighters are really tested, right? Dig deep, lean on the heart. We'll see who has the upper hand.
You feel pretty good in round number 5. Round number 4 is the one that really does test the fighter. It really does test the mettle of the guy inside of the octagon.
Well, he's been pretty accurate tonight. He's landed some significant strikes, but his corner's looking for him to mix it up a little bit more and just throw more volume.
Because they don't see too much of a threat. This guy has to have confidence in knowing that when he extends his combinations, he's still safe, but he's also going to be able to land. He's got to be finding that confidence in his mind that all the reps in the training room are going to pay off.
Lands the right hand. Oh, nice job by him there to slip that offer. Single collar tie now. Oh, and now the underhook, DC.
He's got the underhook, he's got the far side post. If you're the opponent, you have got to get out of here. Right hand punch from the clinch.
Smolka.
Now we're going.
Smolka's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. Well, you know he's comfortable fighting off of his back. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Nicely done. And he landed the right hand there. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. All right, so he postures up here and now figures to rain down some ground strikes.
Yeah, the ground and pound will be aplenty from this position.
Smolka's back in half guard, very comfortable here. Lands with a right hand. Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat.
Smolka's trying for a Kimura here.
It's not the arm, it's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap. Oh man, that was slick. Oh, right in the mouth.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Side control now. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. Well, there are a few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
Buzzer sounds for the end of round 4. All right, let's take a look back at some of the replays from that last round.
Unbelievable to see these high-level competitors get in each other's face, tuck their chin, bite down on the mouth guard, and just let it all hang out over the course of 5 minutes.
Fifth and final round. Oh, nice job to block the kick.
Nice.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here.
Let's go.
Right hand punch to the clinch. Look at how he drives.
On that punch right there, his opponent's compromised, DC.
It's one thing to land a hard shot. It's another thing completely to land a perfect shot. And that was a perfect shot.
Working off of his back here, looks like he may try to hip escape. Well, not ideal to spend this much time on the bottom, but you can't fault him for his activity. Landing strikes here from the bottom. Nice work by Smolka. Oh, you don't want to be anywhere near his guillotine choke. Might have the neck here.
Oh, he's stuck in the guillotine.
3 minutes now to go to decide this one. And he's out. He's He's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Well, he's in a compromising spot here, DC. You got to figure out a way to get back to your feet. Working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
I love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by the Hawaiian Smolka.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
All right, he's sort of hanging out here unguarded, DC. Not sure if he's trying to bait him in or what, but not great body language here. And he's back to his feet. Good sign for him there.
Wow, actually got the takedown.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, working inside the closed guard now. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap.
All right, so there's the final horn, and what a performance by underdog challenger tonight. He had it all going on the feet, and in all likelihood, we've got a new champion atop this division.
If you're going to take a belt from a UFC champion, your game has to be on point. This young man came prepared mentally, he came prepared physically, and it feels like he used his striking to get the job done.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 49-46, 50-45, and 50-45. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, and new undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Louis the Last Samurai Smolka.
All right, so after the full 25 minutes, we have a new undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world. There is a new king of the flies at 125 pounds, and now it's going to be very exciting to see the contenders try to take this man out. But tonight, there is a new man